Hey, what's up, guys?
My name's Tommy.
And my name's Harry.
And welcome back to See More Films.
So, last night we actually just watched the brand new season 2 of Daredevil, which was released last week on the 18th of March 2016.
That binge watch nearly killed us.
Yeah.
What was it? Because yesterday we ended up going to see Batman vs Superman, watched that for 2.5 hours, reviewed it straight after, and because of a certain cameraman we won't name, Jason, we ended up starting watching not Batman vs Superman. Daredevil season 2 quite late.
Yeah.
What was it? We started at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, 9 o'clock, and we finished episode 10 of about 7. I think.
7 a.m. we finished episode 10. So after getting through that, we were like, right, let's get a bit of rest.
Yeah, because we were like feeling really weak and stuff.
We couldn't just stay awake anymore.
So yeah, we got some rest. We went back home. We got some rest, and we just watched the last 3 episodes individually and stuff. So first of all, we're going to talk about the cast that was both in season 1 and 2. So first of all, we've got the main character of the series, and that is played by Charlie Cox, who is also Matt Murdock and Daredevil.
We've got John Bernthal as Frank Castle, aka the Punisher.
Eddie Young as Elektra.
We've got Deborah Ann Wall as Karen Page.
And Eldon Henson as Foggy Nelson.
Okay, so now that we've told you about the actors, we're going to go into a quick history of Daredevil. So, I know a bit more about Daredevil than Harry does. So, Matt Murdock was the son of Battling Jack Murdock, a boxer of Hell's Kitchen who was also nicknamed the Devil. So, that being said, one day he was told to throw a fight, he wouldn't do it, and because he worked for the Mafia, he ended up getting caught out by his son. His son ran away, and then toxic waste was flung into his eyes because of a truck that wasn't paying attention where it was going, because Fisk paid for the truck to go through Hell's Kitchen. And a little known fact, the same day that Daredevil was born, because of the toxic waste, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were born through the exact same waste. Not a lot of people know that. After that, he's told to throw a fight again. He won't do it because he said he won't give up the fight if Matt won't. Straight after he's won the fight, he's killed by the Kingpin's men. Matt is then raised by a man named Stick and taught to fight and use his senses properly. And once going to law school, he feels that he has to protect Hell's Kitchen. He dons a black suit, which we see in season 1. And yeah, he becomes known as the Devil of Hell's Kitchen, as a little nod and a wink to his father. But from then on, if you've watched season 1, you know the rest of what happens, his history, and him finally donning the red suit as Daredevil. So that said, let's go into what we liked for season 2.
Yes, let's start with the review. Okay, so what did you like, Tommy?
Okay, so for me, I like that they stuck with the comic book accuracy. It wasn't too far from what actually happened. We have Daredevil finally getting his Billy Club, because, yeah, he still had 2 clubs, but he was losing them all the time. You could tell that they were flimsy. It showed the development of his character, which I thought was quite smart. But not only did it stick with what Daredevil should be doing throughout, it also showed elements of season 1. It brought back the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk. Even though in a way I didn't like the way they did it, but we'll get into that later. I feel like nodding to season 1 elements is what we sort of need. You had the Kingpin, you had the Nurse, you had Madame Mao, and you had Nubo. So, and Stick, of course. So 5 characters that sort of made season 1, brought back for season 2, plus everything else they brought in. You can't really complain. The introduction of Elektra, I'll get into that later. Punisher though, John Bernthal. So far we've had, if I'm right, 4 live screen adaptations of the Punisher. We had Dolph Lundgren play the original. We had Thomas Jane, Ray Stevenson, and now we've had John Bernthal. I might be able to say John Bernthal's been the best Punisher. And that's really hard for me to say because...
Yeah, he's really good as Punisher, I think.
So far, I've been arguing, has there been a good version? But he's stuck with what Frank Castle's about. They got his origin story to near enough a T. But other than that, once he put himself in the mind of the character, and I actually watched an interview where he said he put himself so much in the mind, much like Jared Leto with the Joker, he made himself the character.
Yes.
And I think what's a shame, which I'll get into later, is elements of costume. But other than that, no, there wasn't a lot of stuff that I disliked about this series, but I like the way it was executed. I feel like it's been done well. So that said, Harry, what did you like?
First thing I actually liked was how Daredevil actually gets his sort of accessories from, I forget his name.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Billy?
No, that's the name of his weapon.
No, wait. I forget his name, but anyways, he gets his new, newly designed weapon. Well, this is coming from Daredevil, obviously. And I just love how, he's getting all these new accessories and stuff throughout this, the season. He gets his new helmet, and so I really like that. Because at first, with season 1, I didn't really like his costume as much, and now I'm starting to really like it. I love how it's just all coming together. And about the, I don't know what it's exactly called, but
Billy Club.
Billy Club. Okay. The reason why I like it, there was a scene where he sort of swings.
Oh, when he's running from the rooftop and he uses
that
it like
so
a
cool.
grappling hook.
I really like that. It's one of those weapons and accessories that is multifunctional and can be used for many different things apart from fighting criminals and stuff like that. So that's one thing I did like about his accessories and stuff that he gets. Another thing is the ninjas. The ninjas were badass. I really liked the sort of team they had. And the organisation with Nobu and stuff. The thing I really liked about that is the development of Matt Murdock's character as him as a Daredevil. What I mean by that is how the ninjas move around. You can't really get you get that sort of he can't hear their heartbeat because ninjas are actually trained to
stop their heartbeat and just be able to control their breathing. So literally the only thing he's able to hone in on is their weapons, the sound of swords hitting against other.
Yeah, I really like that because he's actually developing his own skills and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's become a massive challenge for him. That's what I really like about this. Something like that. That's what I really like about this season, in general. But another thing I liked, which is the last thing I actually got to say on things I actually like about this season, and that is the chemistry between him and Elektra, Daredevil and Elektra, because obviously you see that sort of flashback of when they first met each other
while Matt Murdock was in college.
Yeah, I really liked that, and then you got that sort of. They're not fighting to be with Matt Murdock, but you also got, I think it's Sarah. Is it Sarah? Or Karen, yeah. Karen, the blonde chick that hangs around with Matt Murdock and works with him. Elektra and her are not fighting just to be with him, but Matt Murdock is actually kind of you can see he's a player basically. Because, he's going out with Karen.
Yeah, Matt Murdock's going out with Karen, but essentially Daredevil is with Elektra.
I really like that. You get these you get two different sides of the story and two different personalities when actually it's the same person.
Also, before we get on to what we didn't like, one thing I know we got to talk about, because I know people will get quite annoyed for us not bringing it up. Can we talk about the fight scenes from episode 3, 5 and 13?
Yes.
Oh, those fight scenes. They were perfectly choreographed. They matched what Daredevil is all about. They didn't slack on the choreography. Episode 3's fight scene might be the best fight scene we've had so far.
Yeah, that was so cool. Yeah, I there was like this scene where he sort of like throws his like nunchucks or something.
Yeah.
And like it bounces off a wall and hits someone else. That was kind of cool. I like that.
I think also the fact that the fight scene in episode 3 makes you think of the fight scene in episode 2 back in season 1. The one in the hallway, the one that everyone spoke about for weeks on end with Daredevil. It was one of those scenes that stuck out. I feel like they made a lot of nods to season 1. Fight scene with Kingpin in the prison made you think a lot of the door slamming scene in season 1. Literally, they did not hold back, and that ninja fight in episode 13,
that was cool.
It was so perfect, and even down to the fact they not only gave Daredevil his traditional weapon, which was the billy club, they also gave Elektra her size. That sort of made me but no, those fights, I feel like the story was developed really well. I don't think there's a lot to complain about with this series. I'm not saying there isn't complaints, but there's not a lot. The fights between Daredevil and the Punisher were really, really well done.
Yeah, I like that.
I feel like, again, there could have been a couple more fights.
What I liked was with this season's like it was really bloody.
True, and I also liked the interaction. Do you remember when Daredevil finally beats the Punisher and the Punisher starts telling his story about his background? That was quite cool. But yeah, so carry on.
Yeah, with the bloody like bits, like you get the Punisher, he's like shotgunning like some guy in the face. You just see that was so, and like again with like Stick like chopping off Nobu's head, like that was wicked as well.
Yeah,
it was like more bloody than season 1, and it's becoming that really high end R-rated sort of scenery and everything. So I'm really loving that. Hope they do more of that in season 3.
Okay, so what didn't you like about season 2?
What? Okay, I'm just saying this in general. Comparing this to season 1, I do feel like this one it was a little bit long-winded in like because it was quite slow at the beginning. It kind of picked up a bit. Then I felt like around 8, 9, and 10. I don't know, but it was good overall. I mean, like, but if I was to give it a rating compared to season 1, it will kind of be the same, maybe a little bit less. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of a bit skeptical on the whole thing. But I mean, like, we were like tired when we were like watching it and stuff. So I don't know if that's affected me in any way. So that's what I sort of disliked about it. I don't know. But like another thing, like the other two things that I didn't like about season 2 was when Elektra like is dying in Matt Murdock's like arms. Like Nobu is like on the floor somewhere. He's like out or something. But like Matt Murdock and Elektra, like they're both saying goodbye to each other or whatever. And it just went on for so long, and I just thought, at this time, like, Nobu, I thought he would have got up or something, or at least attacked him or whatever. Like, it was so long, it was just like, it just seemed unrealistic and stuff. And we spoke about this before we actually shot this video, like how the 4 ninjas were just standing there, and I understand, like, they're standing there.
Basically, I explained to Harry the reason the ninjas stood there didn't do anything to help Nobu. Originally, it was going to be the ninjas versus Daredevil and Elektra, which would have meant Nobu couldn't have got involved. But because Nobu challenged Daredevil and Elektra, it's with the head of the hand, it's an element of honour. If you call out someone, you have to fight them, no help.
Like, I understand that, but I just find it silly because they're just standing there the whole time, and I'm just thinking, it just takes away that effect for me. I don't know. It looks like nothing's happening, and they're just like talking for ages, and it's just, I don't know. It's something I just didn't like. I mean, I understand the whole concept, but I just didn't like that. Another thing I didn't like.
I think the 3 words we have to say there: comic book logic.
Yeah. But another thing I don't like, which would be the last thing I didn't like from this season, is the cliffhanger bit at the end.
Now that I'm with you.
Matt Murdock sees Karen, and like basically at the end of episode 13, he pulls out his mask from the bag and says, "I'm Daredevil," and like you see her reaction, but I don't know. You don't really actually like. You just like, she's just okay. She's in shock, but I wanted something a bit more from that, and obviously we're going to see that in season 3. Obviously, like the first thing we're going to see in episode 1 is her reaction, I think. But yeah, is there anything you dislike?
See, for me, I dislike the fact that, firstly, what is it? The cliffhanger, like you said about. I thought it was ridiculously stupid. One, you don't get to see Karen's reaction properly. You literally just see her face when she sees the mask. There's no proper interaction there. That I thought was ridiculous. I also didn't like the cliffhanger of you wonder what's going to happen now between Foggy and Matt. I understand Foggy knows already that Matt's Daredevil, so it's got to be difficult. I like that they've left it open for the Punisher to come back where he says, "See you around, Red." Fair enough. And then you have Elektra. Now, for most people, they're probably saying, "Oh, they've dug Elektra's body up, blah, 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 blah." Stop moaning. If you read the comic books, you might actually know Elektra gets resurrected. Elektra is resurrected by, I don't think it's, I can't remember what it's called. I know it's not the hand in the comic that resurrects her, but obviously they've changed it up a bit because
Black Sky. Is that what it's called?
No, she's known as the Black Sky.
Oh yeah, of course.
But it's usually not the hand that resurrects her. It's another organisation.
Yeah.
But I understand comic book logic, so I didn't like that. I also didn't like the fact of how they brought Elektra in. They left such a good opening in season 1, which was halfway through the season, Foggy says, "Whatever happened to that Greek girl that you were with?" Just leaves that one line. They have her break into his house. Really? Really?
What did you think? What did you think of Stick? Why did I say Slick? Go on.
See, I loved Stick in season 1. He was the perfect dickhead character, but the perfect mentor. It was the 50-50 balance. In season 2, again, he has that 50-50. You wonder what his hidden agenda is. You wonder why everything, but it slowly gets pieced together. Even to the point of him chopping Nobu's head off right at the end
that was cool.
And saying no getting up from that. Yeah. That was brilliant. But I just feel like, again, the fact of how quick they brought Stick and Elektra into it, I feel like there wasn't that right build up. That's something that aggravated me.
I do like how Stick and Matt Murdock, like compared to season 1, they're more like intimate with each other. You know, they're building up that relationship with each other. He's helping like him out, and vice versa and stuff. It's just.
I think what really annoyed me is the fact that it took 12 episodes, 12 and a half, before the Punisher finally brought in the skull. Yeah. Hello. The Punisher skull is what we need. I understand they made the reference through the images of his skull after he took the bullet. Fair enough, which I found quite weird that he has a long jaw when he really doesn't.
Yeah.
But fair enough. I see what they were trying to do. Comic book logic, again. But the fact that it took that long for the costume to get sorted kind of annoyed me. I would have liked, speaking of costume, to see Elektra's actual proper costume.
Yeah, I wanted to see that.
But
I thought we would.
I understand in episode 12/13 you start seeing her costumes come to life, but I would have liked the red flowing veil, the red basque, and the size with the red bandana. Though if you watch, I think it is episode 12 or 13, as she's running through a corridor grabbing Stick, her hair is shining and it looks like she's got the bandana on. Even though she hasn't, it looks like it, and I was like, I see what you did there. I thought that the Kingpin, I just don't feel like he was used correctly. Don't get me wrong, you saw that character development ready for season 3. I can't moan about that. But if you're going to bring him back from that point you have him all the way to the final episode.
Yeah, I would have liked that.
I just feel like if you're going to bring him back, use him properly. But I don't really have any real complaints about the Punisher. I really don't. The fact that he was built up properly, my only little complaint is the fact it took that long for the Punisher's skull to be put on the costume.
I agree.
Though I did like how they did it. It just took too long. One more thing that I'd like to say, I'd like to see for season 3. Jessica Jones and Daredevil season 2 have both made little nods to seasons that are to come. So Daredevil season 3, Jessica Jones season 2, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and the Defenders. They've all been hinted at. Well, actually no, Iron Fist is the only one that's not been hinted at yet.
Yeah, no.
But we've had all of the others hinted at, so that's fair enough. But I'd like to see them done properly. So that said, looks like we're at the end of our video.
Anyways, that is all from this video.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to go down below, comment, give us your opinion.
Like this video if you enjoyed it.
And make sure to subscribe and share for more.
Anyways guys, my name's Harvey Thomas.
My name's Charlie Monkhouse. This has been See More Films. We're out.